After this, whenever we are holding cash, cash is a very volatile and is such kind of asset which is always prone to theft. So whenever you are holding cash, there are a lot of risks you are taking. First of all, risk of theft. Somebody can walk into your business and on over a gunpoint he can steal your cash. Or forgery. Maybe there is some kind of greedy accountant or bookkeeper or a cashier in your business and he forged the documents, or he will do some kind of fraud if he will going to see some easy cash in the business, and if there are not enough internal controls are there to prevent, so maybe he will forge some documents or he will create some bogus invoices, for example, and he will just take out that cash through fraud. This is what we call forgery. Then we can also have errors. What is the difference between fraud and errors? Errors are basically mistakes, but these are innocent mistakes. So the person who did that mistake, he is not having any sort of bad intention, but even without the bad intention, he did some mistake. What is fraud? Fraud is not an innocent mistake, but this is an intentional mistake sometimes people are going to do with the view of committing a fraud. After this, how we can secure the cash if we are holding the cash? First of all, we should maintain a cash register. I'm sure over different retail stores you have seen this thing, that they are having one big machine which they use to create the till receipts as well. Over this, at the bottom of that machine, then they are having a drawer and there's a lock on that drawer. That what we call basically cash register. We can use it just to protect the cash. Second, we can use protective glass. This is very much common in the banks, that wherever cashiers are sitting, in front of those cashiers, they put protective glass just to protect them in sort of any sort of event or any sort of problem. Then we can have safes, for example. We can use safes in our business to secure the cash with the proper passcode and password. Then we can also have a strong box. Strong box is a box which is fireproof, bomb-proof, and if any sort of activity going to happen, cash will remain safe in the strong box. Then we are having security guards. We can appoint security guards in the physical premises of the business, so to create a deterrence for the shoplifters or for the anyone who want to do any kind of theft activity in the business. Night safes are very much common. These services are offered by the banks to the businesses who are holding huge amount of cash. So what you can do, throughout the day you will keep receiving the cash. At evening and during the closing time, bank will send an armor vehicle, and whatever money is there in the business, we will going to give that money to that armored vehicle and they will take it to the bank, and over the night they will hold your cash, and then next morning they will bring back cash to the business. These are what we call night safes as well. Jewelry stores is very much common, they are using these night safes. Then we can also have frequent banking as well, that throughout the day when you are receiving the cash, make sure at the end of the day to deposit that cash into your bank. Why? Your objective is to hold minimum amount of cash in the business. Many times cashiers do this mistake, that just because of their laziness they will keep holding the cash for a week, and at the end of the week they will going to deposit. So at the end of the week, if somebody commit a theft or a fraud, so obviously the loss can be detrimental for the business. So it's important to have a frequent banking. As soon as you're receiving cash, try to hold minimum amount of cash and bank it properly. After this, how basically check look like? Now see here on the top, there's the name of the bank. Here you need to write date. Here pay. Pay basically means payee. Here you need to write the name of the person to whom you want to make payment. I want to make payment to ABC and Co. He's my supplier. I will write the name here. Then rupees, how much money I need to pay, and here in words I need to write. For example, I want to pay $1,000, so I need to write $1,000 or US dollars, and then at the end I need to write only like this. Why I need to write only? So somebody cannot put another word here. And here this line is left, so I will draw a line like this, so nobody can write anything else here. Here I need to write it in numbers like this, so nobody can add, and this is very important to add a slash at the end, so nobody can add extra zero here. Then here I will put a sign, and all these codes, basically these are magnetic codes, magnetic printed codes, magnetic ink printed codes by the bank, just to verify that who is the account holder and what is the information related to the account holder. So this is a way how basically a typical check look like. Now see here, if I write here ABC and Co, and then I draw double lines at any corner, for example, I can draw double lines here, double line here, or any corner, any one corner. If I'm going to draw these double lines and I'm going to write a name in the payee, so what does it mean? This is cross check. Now bank will only give cash to this ABC Co, and they will not actually going to give cash when ABC company will take this check to the bank. So bank will take the check, they will verify the check, and then they will only deposit the money into the bank account of ABC company. Bank cashier will never give cash to ABC company in return. So this is much more safer way. Second, if ABC company representative lost the check on the way to the bank and someone else got that check, even if he take it to the bank, bank will never going to pay, because bank will only going to pay to ABC and Co. Then we can also have open checks. In open checks, we do not have these lines, and instead we will just going to write self. Now this is what that even I'm going to take this check, or anybody else in the world, if he will going to take this check written self without the two horizontal or parallel lines, if anybody will going to take this check to the bank, bank will immediately pay cash on the spot. Now usually we use these open checks for payments where we want to save time for the verification, and or maybe I need to withdraw some money from my own bank account, so we use this kind of open check. Now these are very risky to use open check. If I'm writing, if I'm having an open check and on the way to the bank I lose that check, so anybody can withdraw money from a bank account. So it's very risky. So it's best that whenever you are writing a check, make it sure to always write a cross check. Alright, now this is a machine that what we called basically electronic funds transfer at point of sale. So over the counter or at the point of sale, we will be having this machine. Whenever customer wants to pay through credit card, for example, or if they want to pay through debit card, so this machine, we can swipe the card through this machine and immediately we will receive the payment from customer bank account to our bank account. So this is what EFT POS basically looked like, and we can use credit cards and debit cards here. And it's very important, many times they ask question what is the meaning of EFT POS, so you need to remember this term.